if you guys noticed, but I nailed it that time. Podcast number 173.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can't wait to see what happens at podcast 346.
Yeah. Holy. Yeah. I don't. Nobody wants to see that. This is over before that for sure. We know why everybody's here, but fantasy baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll talk about fantasy baseball, not the other one.
Yeah. We'll bring this up. Bam.
Sound like who's that chef guy? Bam.
Oh.
Emerald Lagasse?
Yeah. Yeah. Congratulations to Ryan and Tracy, who are fighting for the championship. Tracy took me down last week. It was really close all week, and then she pulled away in the last day. So, congratulations to Tracy. I hope you can come back and beat Ryan. That would be ideal.
Because Ryan won the original, like the regular season, right?
The regular season, yeah.
Yeah.
So he could get to pick both.
Yeah, and it's not looking good.
I don't know.
She's down quite a bit in the batting section, but things can happen. I think. Oh, is Ryan on the ground this weekend? That would be beneficial.
He said he had plans tonight.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if the plans were working anymore.
I don't think he goes underground anymore. He just sits and just watches TV now.
Oh, he goes underground.
Plays fantasy baseball.
Yeah, he does do that.
He doesn't do a lot of work. I can tell you that right now.
Congratulations to Tyler for not being last.
I beat Carrie.
You did. So
It doesn't matter, Ty.
I played fantasy baseball last week because I was losing, and I went in and I picked pitchers. I moved people around.
Let's take a quick jump to the consolation side here, just so we can make a few things clear. Ninth place game.
That's me.
Yeah. Carrie ends up in ninth. Congratulations. It could have been worse. But the one that we need to see here for sure is the 11th place game. Hendo Heroes beats out DB's Hall of Famers. In what league, Daryl? He was last twice.
Yeah.
The official double loser. Now we got to see if we have a double winner. So.
It's true.
Congratulations.
I know Daryl's not coming to the Autumn Open, so it's going to be TPC. What Ryan will have in store for him?
Oh, I have a pretty good idea.
Yeah. I'm pretty much open to anything.
It might cost Daryl $80.
Yeah.
Cost Daryl money.
Well, I mean, if you'd lose twice, it should cost him money.
That wasn't the bet.
Well, okay. Well, it might not cost him money, but it might. Fantasy football. So this is our final week of fantasy baseball, so you won't have to hear us talk about this shit.
Thank God.
For 6 months.
Yeah.
And then I'll be back. Aren't you excited, Ty?
Sports.
Fantasy golf to do yet before that.
Oh, I'd be down for that. I'd be terrible at it, but I'd be down for it. Fantasy football.
Yeah.
Here we are. Yes.
I'm less excited about this one.
Yeah, you're not doing so good, but you're not doing the worst.
I am not.
Is Katie, and Katie was so adamant on the fact that she was way better at fantasy football because she knows football, and it appears she lied to all of us.
Yeah, I think she's just a poser. 100%.
I think Jeremy also drafted that team.
No, she didn't actually. I know because if you understand how this whole works, there's a lot of times where we have our ball draft and somebody drops out of it, our football draft, and she thinks she's going to get in, and we don't invite her. So it's an ongoing process, and so she gets invited, and she does care about it. She's just not very good.
She has the worst points by a lot. Not even remotely close. And you're right, the season is young, but starting 0-3 is really not great. I wonder what your playoff probability is. I'm going to find that out.
I'm telling you right now, my team is dog shit, and I already am losing by 30 points from points against, and somehow I got a 2-win streak. That's just blows my mind. But oh well.
I'm facing you this week, aren't I, Tim?
I don't know.
I think I am.
I have too many things on the go right now. when
Oh
it
no, I'm
comes to
facing
that.
Carrie. I faced Tim in my other league. I faced Carrie this week.
Yeah.
I'm projected to lose again. Look at that. Isn't that perfect?
Yeah. I find fantasy football is like a complete crapshoot until the day of, though. And even like, you can be partway through it, it'll say, oh, you have like a 20% chance of winning, and then all of a sudden somebody makes 2 plays, and all of a sudden you're like 60% chance of winning. So I think it's a complete crapshoot. But
I might as well go play a VLT.
I like that they put on the side here that Ryan lost by 70 last week. That's a nice. That's,
The blowout of the week. I like it.
70 is a good number. Kind of like my Dolphins.
Oh Jesus Christ!
That was a good segue.
You know what? I actually can block this guy. I know how to block him. I think we have those kind of things.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Wow.
I have a bone to pick with Tim, actually.
Oh.
I saw a Team Max comment when Next Gen, and we can talk about this when we talk about the 5PU. You
What
were
are you
not
talking
cheering
about
for
now?
Next Gen? You weren't talking about Next Gen? You weren't cheering for Next Gen? You're all about Team Max.
Sorry. You first of all, you sound like Allen Iverson in practice there. Okay, so can you not stutter your words a little bit? But the next thing
I will
was
stutter however I choose to, Tim.
the next thing is.
Do you have a problem with people who have speech impediments?
I have a
Is that
speech
what you-
impediment. I do. So, welcome my
Watch
world.
it.
Wow,
Watch it,
like let's transition this because you guys are.
Because
Was your
we
speech
dragging
impediment
this
just
out.
your brain, or what?
no, I for many years I had problems with speaking, and I got gold stars when I spoke properly. So let's just like for people out there, like the people like George Springer who had stuttering issues.
Don't get us.
Those
canceled,
people
Tim.
like this. No,
Let's move
I could
on
be the
here.
next George Springer. Like I could be helping people with stuttering. And
It's
Tyler
been a
just
little
shut me
while since
down,
you've gotten a
and
gold star,
anyways.
though, eh?
Yeah, I don't get many. Anyway, but no, Max. Honestly, it's kind of a loving relationship, and he trumps everybody right now when he comes on because no one likes Team Sly, and
That-
that's how it basically works.
don't speak for everyone.
Well, I'm just telling you, like it was.
I'm a
nothing
fan of
against
Sly.
Next Gen. Yeah, that's cool, but I mean, I just really think that doesn't matter if Next Gen was playing. It could have been against Average Pros. It could have been against anybody. I would have said Team Max anyways. Doesn't
See how it is.
matter. Doesn't matter. You guys, I think you guys beat them on Sunday. So
I see how it is, Tim.
yeah.
Got it. I got it.
Wow. Obviously, she needs better taste.
Are you gonna block her too? You gonna block her too, Tim? Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. Sorry, it took me a little bit, but I went back and I checked, and Katie's current playoff odds are 24%. So it may be young in the season, but it's already dire.
Better than 23%? I got nothing for you, Katie. You are struggle bussing.
In trouble.
She's driving the struggle bus, actually.
I can't. Tyler, you have 11%.
Yeah. Hey, did you know that 11 is DJ Khaled's favorite number? Because it's another one.
Yes, that's.
Oh,
Another
jeez.
I
one.
had seen this. Yes.
Thank you.
Wasn't that used at like Masters Nationals or something? I don't know.
It may have been used in a WCBT Tour Finals player intro because
Oh, that's
I
what
may
it
have
was. I
been
remember
the
seeing
one
it.
who made those.
Yeah.
And I've got about 6 jokes, and they're all hilarious, but I will use them over and over again.
So, 5PL.
Yeah.
That was smooth. How smooth was that?
Do we want to go over week 1 standings, or do we want to
Yeah, let's do that.
preface and use that later?
Let's talk about it now.
week 1. So Cargill division, we have the Pinslayers leading with 9 points. So these 3 teams kind of beat up on each other. Pinslayers, I believe, beat the Misfits. Misfits beat the Eclipse. The Eclipse beat the Pinslayers. Pinslayers ended up on top. So they are 1 point ahead of the Misfits, and the Eclipse are 1 point behind the Misfits. So pretty evenly
awesome.
matched.
Yeah.
Was there any like big totals, big singles? I was bowling, so I was not able to watch.
They were all 12.5s, I believe. There was nothing crazy big.
Very start of the season.
Yeah, Matt Schultz had put together a really good showing, though, for his new team of the Misfits. He, let's see, I can bring that up, too. He averaged 321 for 2 games. Won both his points.
Still feel like he's going to be beating himself up, though. Even though he averaged 321, that's a great total. I feel like he's going to be beating himself up for that first shot in 10.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
But that's just because we know how good Matt is, and we also know what his expectations are of himself. But 320 is a great way to start.
Yeah, so him and Chris Bradford on that side of the divisions there, they're the ones with 2 points. Chris Bradford shot 272 for 2 games. Not too bad.
How did Bailey do?
Bailey played solid. He got 1 point.
Oh, okay.
He's averaging 233.5.
Oh,
and a half.
That's not bad for Bailey. That's good job, Bailey.
It's better than I'll probably be doing, so not too bad.
That's my league average right now, so you're okay.
What lane is that?
Oh, you must have had a good week last week.
I did. I shot 960.
What lane is Dream Crushers playing on this year?
Maybe lane 7 or 8, because we're gonna need all the help we can get, because the pinfall's garbage at Sherwood right now.
Holy, it's a grind.
Yeah, it's tough.
And I'm trying to figure out something to make it better, but like
It can't be that bad. We're not going to talk about Thursdays, but Sundays is fine.
yeah. Well, this Sunday was very, very different for me.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, it just you struggled. It happens. I mean,
Yeah,
but
I honestly I wasn't good, but when I got into the side, it still wasn't great. That's for sure. It's interesting. I started oiling the Pindex this week, and it definitely made a difference on Sunday. That's for sure. Like the slower ball speeds definitely worked. Pocket shots for the slower ball speeds were good. Lots of pocket chops, lots of pocket quarters, lots of like not blow throughs or like skipping in front, like opposite side corners being left, and so still trying to figure out why is your face so obnoxious, Tim? Seriously.
We're trying. Like, obviously, Dexter's trying to figure it out. If you have any issues with that kind of stuff, Dexter's the guy at the bowling center, right? So, but that being said, we might have another solution on its way. So, we'll keep on trying our best. But anyways, back to your story. Probably 1 and 2, and then we'll probably hope.
We ran internet lines for it, so we should probably
and then
use
15
it.
and 16 too. So
Okay.
So we can double up. So when we host events like the YTL between 3 and 14, and the other pro leagues are beyond the side. So that's how it's going to roll.
And I mean, we could ask you the same question too, Ty. What lanes are you going to use at Sherwood when you don't have lanes at Bonnie Doon?
Well, that was not my problem. I submitted all the forms when I was supposed to submit all my forms. It is not
your problem.
I submitted all the forms when I was supposed to, and everything was approved, and then people changed their minds after I submitted my things.
That's what, maybe that's not what I was told, but I mean that's another story.
You want to stir the pot, so will we.
There will be no slander this year.
Tyler, I will say this. I'll be upfront with you. You and Brad at least talk to Bonnie Doon. Misfits.
We are trying. Next Gen is trying this year.
Misfits is a coin flip because Curtis is not very good with communication at all in general in life. I had to cancel our YBC golf tournament, and I said, please talk to your captains. And he's like, okay, I will talk to my team, right? Because he had his captain of the team. and he didn't tell any of them, so they just showed up at the golf course. Curtis is not a very good person to deal with when it comes to communications. I love Curtis.
Wow. That's kind of rude to say. Like,
is it?
He seems all right. I mean, I've dealt with him. He's really good. I don't know what your problem is.
I know, but Curtis is my whipping boy from day one. Like he's my punching bag. He's just my guy. Okay, so but Curtis, when you're not looking, you're gonna get kicked in the nuts.
Should we talk about the shorts division now?
So yeah, let's pick up the shorts home hardware division here. Lumberjacks out on top, but they have 3 games played and have 9 points.
Is this where we look at point percentage as opposed to total points?
Yeah, point win percentage is probably what you want to look at for projections, I guess you could say. But there's some teams with only 1 game in, so a projection seems kind of far stretched at the moment. But
yeah, Schwartz division had obviously 5 teams playing as opposed to 3, so those points got spread out a lot more.
Yeah, and this coming week there's 6 teams playing, so Tim did a hell of a job on this schedule. He's really working for the tech side. He was looking at us when we were going to build all this out, and
yeah, I did say to him, "There's gonna be a couple weeks that are fucked up,"
and they happen to be the first 2.
yeah.
Just 1 second before we get into this, Tim, did you see the Lumberjacks are going to have over half their season done in the 3rd week of the year?
Yep. Yeah.
So, like,
that seems like an imbalance.
There's advantages and disadvantages to it for sure. I mean, if you
big disadvantage now.
But also, if you came out sharp and you played really well the first week, then like fine. But if you're dog shit the first week, you're in trouble.
Yep.
Our team, like one of the original versions of the schedule, Next Gen was supposed to be done by December, and we were all in favor of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as much as you have to sit there and watch points, like, if you play well.
Yeah. So originally when I did the schedule, how it worked out was I had, like, you had 3 games like this weekend. If you look at the Cargill, everybody played 2 games. It was worked out. Or everybody played 2 games on a 4-game slot. And then I went back and I had a couple changes I had to make, and I was fine. And then teams like Next Gen had other things. Heartland couldn't do something, and Next Gen couldn't do one. Anyways, so and then I had to take certain games.
Was it Next Gen or was it the bowling alley?
It was Next Gen, and then I had to pull certain teams away from certain ones, and it just went all fucky. But I tried my best instead of me redoing it all over again.
I don't know if you're going to be Team Max anymore, because he's definitely not going to be Team Tim.
Oh no, he'll always be Tim. Don't worry. It's a forever bond thing, right?
Okay,
like David versus Goliath, right? That's how we kind of look at it. Dexter and
how does that make any sense? Why are you so bad at references?
Dexter and Sly are like Goliath, and me and David fighting for the little guys. That's what we do. So
your references are horrible.
Yeah,
not horrible. There's little people, but fighting big battles. That's all.
So we have the Lumberjacks leading division, Maniacs right behind them, Next Gen obviously right behind them, but with only 1 game played, so sitting really good. Caribou Thunder with a win, and the Rock and Rollers, the only win for the Lumberjacks, and it came right down to the 10th frame, so it was a really good match.
Yeah, super impressed with Caribou. I really I sent the text out. I was like, I was really impressed with him. Obviously, he didn't have Tyler McLean, and Tyler won the tournament up in Fort St. John.
Dawson Creek.
Dawson. Sorry, yeah. I haven't having the opportunity to watch a couple of them play, but some of them are just dynamite playing, and very very impressive with all of them. It was really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, got to meet a few of them out there last year. I mean, Kevin can play. We know Tyler can play very well. We know Lisa McAlpine can play very well. That Caleb young guy, he could play. Man, I watched that guy like hit nothing but middle all the time. He's got a really unique backswing, but when he goes for his follow through, it is like dead straight every time. Tons of talent. That team doesn't, and their pinfall's great there. For all ball speeds, all of it, it's just really good. So
Do you want to call them maybe and maybe get some advice on pinfall?
you know what? Pretty soon, it's going to be you doing all of it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Good luck.
Oh, there we go.
Good luck.
Yeah. So obviously, week 1 went off without too many hitches. Everything went really good.
Yeah. Still available on YouTube if you want to go watch the replay.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah,
They're
Jackie
always
Grossart
available.
messaged me asking, "Where can I find the other division?" Go to the 5P Universe website. Both are right there. That's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
my YouTube does the same thing where it'll only show me one division at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So pro tip: go to the website.
Yeah,
No,
the other
so-
channel
no-
is called the 5-Pin Pro League.
I mean,
Not 5-Pin Universe.
well, it always shows up Cargill, and then Cindy has to search it again, and it comes up as Schwartz as well. So
Yeah, YouTube is really hard for all you boomers out there. It's a pretty easy search engine. You just gotta actually search the channel.
Did you call Cindy a boomer? Well, it's been nice knowing you, sir.
I'll send my regards. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I get lots of messages every week, and it's
Wow.
like just go to the website, click the
Website's the
link.
easiest way. Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah.
Rules?
Yeah, we should go over some rules. So there's some rule changes.
For those of you, who are not playing in the Pro League, we have changed a couple.
Even for the ones playing in the Pro League, they don't pay attention. So this is probably
Tim's
another
announcements.
avenue that they can
So
learn.
true.
The subsystem. So last year during one of the streams, it was announced that you couldn't do a double pull in the same position. That rule has changed. You can do a double pull in the same position. So if your lead bowler sucks by the third frame and you yank them, put a new person in, they suck, you can yank them again. You just can't obviously do a third sub anywhere else. But
I
Do you
think
think
it's
we'll
a
see
neat
that all
situation.
season?
For sure, we will.
we already seen one.
Oh,
Pin
really?
Slayers. Yeah.
Oh,
There was a double pull on Sunday.
alrighty. I'm going to go back and watch that.
That's neat. It's a nice little wrinkle to throw in there too, and I don't mind that at all. Don't mind that at all.
And then we will just clarify the emergency spare, since we know this was abused last season. Emergency spare can only be added to your roster when your bench is empty for a match. And that doesn't mean that the bowler is just sitting out because you want to use an emergency spare. That means your bench players aren't available that day. So work, sick, something came up, they're not at the center. You can
Happened
call
to be
your
in
emergency
Europe.
spare. Happen to be in Europe, yeah. But the bench has to be completely empty. If you have one person on the bench, that's your sub. You don't need another one.
Yeah. Oh,
Next gen does
unless,
really
You
good.
have a roster of 8 for a reason.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you have
exactly.
5 guys and you need a girl, right? Then it makes sense
Yeah.
to have one on the bench.
Yeah, exactly. You got to have your gender variant subs, but I think that's
Yeah.
self-explanatory. Well, I guess I shouldn't say it's self-explanatory because
That hasn't worked so far.
I just really
Yeah.
like for those teams out there, it's don't be that person who tries to take advantage of it, right? And
oops.
because honestly, I think it's just really disheartens the integrity of the game when you try to take advantage of the sub rule, right? Just me, right? But I
Mhm.
mean, we have groups of 8, and you guys have given availability. So as far as I am concerned, or me personally speaking, if you said you're good for those days, then I expect you to be good for those days unless something happens, right? So
Yeah. And that's what the emergency spare system is for, is if for some reason something happens.
So just for clarification, you say bench is empty. So if they have 5 players, can they use an emergency sub to have a 6th? Yes.
That's right.
Okay.
They
So
can
it's-
bring that emergency spare for a sub option. The only thing is you only get to use the emergency spare twice out of
Right.
your 11 matches. So probably like if your team's always going to be there, that having that option as the sub for your emergency spare is not a horrible decision, but I'd hate to see you use it and then you find out later down the year that you only have 4 players and you burnt one of your emergency spares.
Totally.
But
yeah, honestly, Dustin, just go with 4.
Yeah. Well, you know, he is a built-in sub.
and sorry, the rule, it's all written out and in that private group, but the emergency spare cannot start if you have your rostered 5 players. Unless it
I
happens
like
to be
that.
the gender variant that isn't like in those 5. Like if you have a female that couldn't make it and she's your emergency spare, she obviously has to start. But if you have 5 rostered players and you can put a starting lineup, you cannot put your emergency spare to start the match. So
Yeah, okay, so to that point, if you are, okay, so let's say your emergency sub is the lady, and you can't normally start your emergency sub, does that count as your sub? Does that count as a sub? Because, like, technically, if you're not supposed to be starting anybody off the bench anyways, then that's her being subbed in for somebody, right? It's like, okay, so
Do you mean like one of their 2 subs in a game?
Yeah. Because
Well, she wouldn't be able to be subbed out anyway, so I don't think that would
no,
count, would it?
I mean, true, that is true, and there's only 2 polls anyway. So
and there would be
one person on the bench.
there would be nobody on the bench.
Or
You
at
might
max
have
one
person on the
guy.
bench. And so I guess it doesn't make a difference anyways.
Yeah.
Well, I do have a question though. Emergency subs. This is great. We're discussing this online, and we haven't really discussed it. But 2 emergency subs a year. Does that include playoffs, or does playoffs reset?
I would say the emergency spare shouldn't be available for playoffs. That should be your rostered players.
Okay, fair.
I totally agree.
If something comes up and you can't roster a team, we will figure playoffs out. But we are not going to allow an emergency spare in a playoff situation.
And we've done that before, where we've found the right days for playoffs and whatever. And I think that's a better option. That way, there is no abuse of it.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll have the playoffs laid out months in advance, so make sure you're available.
Yeah.
And remember, you only need 5 players to play, so not all 8. That's the extra room we gave you for those issues that you do run into, work situations, sickness, and stuff like that. The teams that are abusing this by saying they need an emergency spare or not playing a week because they only have 6 of their players, you can still roster a team. That's makes it tough for Tim to set the schedule, and then you end up with Lumberjacks having 6 games in the first 3 weeks.
Yeah. Amen. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to call out or anything like that. It made it more difficult. But there was a lot of orange on the sheet.
Good thing nobody knows the color coordination of what color they were.
Oh, Ty knows. Ty's a smart guy. So while we got that all up there and ready to go, maybe we should talk a little bit about teams. New people that joined, some people that maybe are not playing anymore. I just pulled up the roster from our private group there, but that's not shared, so I don't know how to do that. But
I think they're all in the.
Oh, it's probably online. Yeah.
No. I think aren't all the rosters in our overlay circular?
They are.
Yeah. Go figure.
Oh. I know. I got this, guys. I got this.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Do you?
Okay, let's pull this one. Boom. Okay. We already talked about this a little bit. So we already talked about Caribou. If anybody has watched Caleb play, I think his style is completely unique, and I'm very impressed. Everything goes. He's money.
I'm telling you, man, he's super accurate. It's crazy. It's awesome.
So I think honestly, probably the best logo in the roster. So.
It's really well done. I love the lightning for the for the
Antlers.
Antlers. So
Yeah.
good. So good.
Reminds me like a little bit of like the Grinch guy when he has his little thing on top. Anyways,
Right.
so
Do you mean like the dog, Max?
yeah, the dog. It looked like a little Max thing going on there. All right. Next
That
one
reference was like slightly stronger than David and Goliath, but still not great.
Yeah. Thank you, Sly. I'm Team Sly right now. No.
Sly, he's been shit talking you the entire time. What is up with you?
He doesn't have the translation going across. We're okay. The next one is the Avalanche, the new team, and I think this team is it's going to be a hell of a team. Dwayne Gilardi, Colton Uswa, Will Thompson, a very good young player to play Masters this year. Dylan Stevenson, Brett Hendrickson, Kevin Boyko, Alyssa Campbell, Brooke Goulet. I think that's going to be a really good team. Kevin Boyko, obviously, you see him play. Not many have, but I mean, he was a tournament men's singles silver medalist before out in Masters.
Mm-hmm.
He can play. Obviously, Hendo can play. I think that's a really solid
Kevin's
team.
a very intense individual, so I hope that comes across the camera.
Yeah,
be good.
yeah. But you know what though? But he's a great team player, right? So
Yeah.
I think it's going to be awesome. Obviously not very a unique name because obviously Gilardi really loves the Avalanche. So
You say
I get this. I get the snowman. I get the whole theme, right? With St. James, but
from
I have to give
Winterpeg
him a
for
hard
sure.
time.
But
Yeah.
I mean, there's just not enough knives in the logo. But you say new team, and you're right. I mean, technically it is a new team, but half those players were on the Snowmen last year.
Yeah,
right?
they split it across the board.
It's a
there.
new franchise, but
Yeah.
definitely
New
a lot of
franchise
veterans.
with traded
Do we
players.
have
They-
do we have a coach?
That's what I was going to ask. Have they declared a manager coach?
No, they have not.
All right. Okay. Moving on. The Trash Pandas. I think this is also an awesome name. I think this is great.
The more I see their logo, the more I love it.
Well,
Yes.
again, look how he's
Yes.
going to stab somebody with a pin.
But
That
you
is
know
just
what?
the right amount number of knives.
And that trash panda is swole. Holy.
But it was great because I mean, I think that wasn't it Amanda Devaney who brought that up and kind of started the whole thing
Yeah.
across. And
Yeah.
I love how they kind of went with it and rebranded. It's
Embraced it. Yeah.
it's
So brandable.
awesome. Yeah, I mean Curtis and Kara, Connor Levitt, a perfect fit for him, right?
Yeah.
Jace is a great player. David's good. Mike, like Derek Lewicki, Janelle Moyer, Michelle Manton, Ken Kurtz is coming on. I mean, I don't think there's really like a weak spot on that team. Really, I don't think there is.
That's a really solid team.
Yeah.
And you know Pinfall's going to be like way better now. So
It's probably better.
Yeah.
than
look out.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. It was all right at the Beef Bowl. So
Yeah.
I think their pinfall is going to be just fine.
I think it's great.
Mm-hmm.
So move on. The Eclipse. No, I don't think their new shirt's
Rebrand.
in yet. Yeah, I don't
No.
think their new shirt. No,
No, they
No.
haven't.
but I mean,
I love the new logo, but I'm a big orange guy. But like, I love the new logo.
I don't
it's,
think it, and I don't think anything's changed on their roster. To be honest with you, looking at it.
Nope. Exact same team.
Yeah, and I think Drew was a little bit away with work and whatnot. I think but he showed up this past weekend, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, he played.
Drew's a good player too. So nothing's changed on that aspect, except for Bailey's back as manager.
Correct.
That's not going to help him. All right. I just love harping on little bastard there. We're going to go to the Holy
Wow.
Rollers.
What
GP.
is he? Your BC version of Curtis?
Yeah, he actually is. Seriously. I used to harp on him pretty bad on Wednesday nights when we used to play back then. We have Haka. We have the Tompkin brothers, Sean, Tommy, and Robbie. We have Corey Piju, Danny Stewart, Megan Clark, and Rylan Willier, which is replacing Dustin Thompson. So that definitely a big pickup there. Dustin can play. I just think his schedule, I believe, was just not jiving right.
Oh,
so
and it's a long commute.
It was a long drive for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm familiar how far of a drive Peace River to GP is. So
hour and a half, I think.
Okay.
But like Rylan joined that team.
Big.
Obviously, people know of him. He's on the tour finals. He's been playing really well on it. His next match is tomorrow against Colton. And Rylan just won the Beef Bowl. Like he has been solid for a while, and for people that don't know, like he's gonna help that team very well. They're already strong. Rylan's just a big piece to it. Like I think he's very comparable to filling in for Dustin. So they didn't get weaker by any chance.
No, and nothing against Dustin by any means, because Dustin can play.
No, not at all.
I tell you, and look how Tommy Tompkins is playing too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. 2 hours for Dusty.
Okay,
that's a bit of a drive.
But Tommy Tompkins can play. He came runner up to McLean this past weekend, right? So it's going to be tough. Steve has a lot of things he has to do and figure out for that team because it's really good. I mean, Haka 8th place. I get it. It's okay, bud. But go along for the ride. So.
Slight rebrand there too. Was just changing of the background, like to gold rather than was it red before? Yeah.
Yeah. Just a little bit of a rebrand and change the logo, stuff like that. They also haven't received their jerseys yet because decisions are tough, right, Scott? It's a little hard to pick your designs.
Let's not make Thomas's head any bigger. Thomas, you're the best thing up there that's ever happened.
Yeah,
right? You lead that team together and you make him number one. All right.
Tommy is the heart and soul of that team. Don't let anybody tell you any different.
He is. Yeah. Next one we have the Kingpins.
There you go. OG. That was their OG YBC colors. That's cool.
It is cool. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we have Heartland Kingpins. Obviously another rebrand.
Yep.
They did
new
it
players
all.
On the roster too.
Huge amount. There's 3 different ones. Scott Klass and Coral Nichols, all the way from Saskatoon, or just outside of Saskatoon, and Giggy's going to be no longer going to be commentator. He's sliding in as a player. So
yeah.
How long of a drive is that?
It's an hour.
What?
Oh, you mean for
Saskatchewan?
Saskatchewan?
It's like, what are they
There's
driving?
no way it's an hour.
Did they put a bullet train through the middle of the prairies?
I'm pretty sure they don't live in Saskatoon, but like it's less
Google
than
says
5 hours.
Google says 4 hours and 44 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
They're going out the night before, from what I understand, and they're gonna stay at the Schwartz Mansion.
I was gonna say there's got to be some sort of deal worked out there. That's for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. Like, you know what? I know Scott and Coral are gamers. I'm just really like, what happens if there's a blizzard, right? You just never know, right?
That's why you have a roster of 8, bud. Also, they have Club Tour champion Anthony Street on that team still.
Yep.
They held the rights to him.
They did. I think. Jesus. Well, he's already sponsored by Jollibee, right? So I mean, he's a hard commodity at the moment. So.
All right.
For sure he is.
Moving on to the next one.
No, it's good. But it'd be interesting because Schwartz has a knee, right? He's got an MRI on his knee, and Eric just came back from knee surgery, right? So it'd be interesting to see how it works out. And I know their schedule works because Robert was a tough one to work with. So
it's awesome. Greg is joining the team, and he's one of the older guys on the team.
He's the healthiest one by far.
Exactly.
For sure
Hands down. Like, not even remotely close. I've never heard of the guy ever. Well, no, I was going to say never be injured except for his wrist the one time. And he would still help that team left-handed.
Oh, he's unbelievable. So we're going to move over to the reigning champions from last year, the Bombers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we got the same team except Annette Campbell is retiring. I don't know. I from my understanding, it's forever from bowling. I don't
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully not, but my understanding, speaking with Casey a few days ago, it is. But they replaced her with Bonnie Olsen, so I think that's definitely a huge pickup there, right? So
Yeah.
This is like how many teams in a row now that we're seeing people have or making multi-hour commutes for Pro League.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's kind of cool.
It's a
It's
thing.
very cool.
Yeah.
I think the
Pretty
next
soon
team
you're gonna
started
start
that.
seeing like Vancouver people playing on the Pinslayers. Take that ferry.
So I guess for anybody out there, I want you to give me the percentage or the chance of these guys repeating, right? So that's just
Okay, Dustin. I mean, I love you, man, but like the Dream Crushers have had commuters from this day one.
we had Kerry.
Yeah, we have Victor from Drayton
Victor.
Valley.
Yeah, you
And
weren't
we
the
have Gary
first.
Baird.
You weren't
Gary
the
Baird
first.
from Black Balls.
Yeah.
But
Get with
great
the
job in
times.
season 2, pal.
Shots fired, Dusty. You at the open bed.
Good old Dusty dude. Oh, he's gonna play the Masters until he drops out.
Really?
No, he is. Yeah, he's playing Masters. He said
Oh, that's
he
awesome.
needed to like dial back on this, but he really wants to do Masters, and I'm really excited to have him. Honestly, It'll be
That's
great.
Right,
awesome.
Dusty
That's cool.
Doodle decides to come out. But
Yeah.
so, anyways, back on the Bombers. I know
Yeah.
Daryl's going to listen to this, and he wanted the ego stroked a little bit.
No.
But how do you think this team's going to fare this year coming back?
Honestly, I'm going to say chances of repeating
Pretty high.
98.5%. Best team
I
in the
actually-
league.
No,
Best,
well, we
team,
talked-
best team in the league, hands down. They are the team to beat. I'm gonna Tim Wiseman this shit.
Daryl,
Team
it's so
to
funny.
beat.
So we're on Sunday, and me and Daryl are sitting there, and we all of a sudden we started doing that to Cody, and about next gen, and Cody was just eating it up, right? I was like, yeah, we're a great team, and I'm like, oh, Daryl's just totally timid him, like just give him all the good stuff, right? But anyways,
Oh, Cody. Oh,
Love
Cody.
pumping tires.
pumping tires, it never works. But anyways, I think they're a great team. I think there's like Annette is a great player. I think they could be stronger, right? I just because Annette was injured last year a little bit, right? So
Yeah.
definitely a great team there. So we're
That's a
gonna move
team
on
of
to
a lot of people that know how to win.
Yeah.
another great team. Obviously, we're talking just going kind of trending. The
Can
Dream
you say
Crushers.
great if they don't make league finals? I'd say good. I don't know if I'd say great.
Tyler, you can't talk. We have won a championship. Have you?
I haven't been at the first one. Otherwise, we would have beat you.
Time about
Wow.
the next gen.
So
is
you're-
the Mike Warren of 5PL.
So
I want to throw
you're
that
gonna
out there.
yeah, you're literally taking the blame for your team's downfall.
Yep, sure am.
Oh, you man,
Well, That's not a team player. That's a pretty.
no
selfish
wonder
player.
you started on the bench this weekend.
Yeah. And we still lost the match. There's a reason for it.
So, anyways,
Wow.
back to
So
Tell us
well,
about the Dream Crushers.
Welcome to Team Loyal.
our team has
Yeah.
never actually changed anybody up, or anything like that. We have only other thing is our manager no longer can help us this year, so we're going to be self-policing ourselves.
So this is gonna go super well.
And we could do that because we're professionals. but seriously, how many other teams have had 0 roster changes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've obviously
Yeah.
added people with picking up
Pick
So-
up Gary.
roster spots,
Yeah,
but
yeah, we picked up somebody when we added a player to the league. Sure, we have not had a single person leave. We have not had a single person like quit or trade or like kick somebody out for somebody else. No, we're team loyal.
Tyler, how many people quit on your team halfway through the season in the first 2 years?
they did not quit.
Trevor,
Nope,
Ryan?
Trevor didn't quit. He moved.
Rylan,
Didn't quit. He moved.
Yeah.
okay, Evan.
He technically did not quit. He just was not available for every
So
match.
so basically,
Keegan-
you're driving people
Keegan?
out of town. I can't
Well,
deal with this shit anymore. I'm moving.
I can't tell you
It's,
what kind of people you are. No, you're just great people. That's it.
I was
So
gonna say it's Brad's haircut, but
next year when we rebrand, we're gonna be team loyal.
Yeah.
I can't wait to find out what our logo is gonna be.
Oh,
just-
I sure hope Stephen's creative. It's just a group of people hugging.
All right, next one. We're gonna move over to a new team. Well, not a new team from last year, but Carnage. So only two
Yeah,
changes.
definitely not a new team.
No, but a new team for today.
Okay.
Dobbs is in, right?
Yep.
So Dobbs is a new pickup there,
New
and
manager.
Jeff Wilson's in there instead of Harvey. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, I think that's a very good team. And the one thing I will say is Carnage does a lot of stuff together. They made sure they
Yeah.
wanted that team bonding, so they go golfing, they do movies, they do get-togethers. So
Will
they're
this
really
be?
Have they tried practicing?
Wow. Is this the first like spousal competition? Because we haven't seen the roster for the Toppler Roses yet, but I'm assuming Pam is still on it.
Yes.
So is this our first husband and wife competition?
Yeah, spousal for sure. Yeah.
yeah.
We also have the Katie Jeremy sibling rivalry.
Yeah.
True.
I just want to touch on this. Dex, Ty, did we end Harvey's coaching career?
We might have. It was really bad. It
The
was
Masters
so
was not
bad.
good. Oh no.
So wait, time out.
Yeah.
I want to
I'm almost
ask
surprised
this.
he didn't jump off that ship.
Okay, time out. So we're talking about this again, and what is the one person that has all these issues with people leaving him?
Oh,
Tyler.
Ty.
Ty, you did it again,
Common
bud.
denominator.
By the time that I retire from bowling, I will be the only person bowling. Mark my words.
Yeah, you're just a wonderful person. There we go. But anyways, they're going to be playing on the Topper Bowl, and I think that's just that's good scoring there, so it works out great.
Lane 3 and 4.
Yeah. So I know how exactly it works for us. It's that the Dream Crushers pick their lane, and then everybody else get whatever they can get. They're no different in this situation. So they get hand-me-downs from the
Yeah,
Roses.
the Roses definitely picked their lane first.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Next one, the Lumberjacks. We talked about it. So
Hashtag Team Sly.
D-Max. So we have Sly, but we have double goal. We had goal went middle winner, Max Lafreniere, like awesome player.
So is Sly. You want this year too, dipshit.
we have Matt Leonard, Fred Martin, JF Johnny, Isabel Song, Chantel, and Karine, and Coach Jills. So one big change was Stéphane Lepense is out and Isabel Song's in.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I still believe they're a really solid team. Like,
I do too. I really do too. It's gonna
Sly,
be.
we're just trying to keep you in the league. We're going to keep pumping your tires every season. The Lumberjacks are right there, bud. We believe.
Yeah.
We believe.
They got a win in
They're
week 1.
so
They're on the
good.
up.
They're so good.
they're so good. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, and they do a great job with their marketing as well. I see what Matt
Yes.
does with his marketing. He does a
Matt
great
has
job
been
with it.
doing awesome with it. Yeah.
Yeah. We move on to the next team, the Maniacs, and I believe this team has not changed.
They look
Oh,
very,
there it is.
yeah.
There's the other team that hasn't had any roster changes.
Yeah, but
They're only a 2-season team.
Hashtag
though, Ty.
Team
We're a
Loyal.
3-season team.
Yeah, exactly. Talk to me next
Yeah.
year.
No, because then you're going to be like, oh, we're 4 seasons in.
Yeah, and then I'll be like, talk to me next year.
So anyways, we were talking about these people, and so yeah, great team.
These people.
And,
Oh,
and-
Don Cherry.
Yeah. Oh, is that how I get off podcast? You have Sean, you have Zach, Lonnie, Jack, Dallas, Krista, Don, and Michael. Too bad Mikey wasn't on there this past weekend. He had a wedding or something the day before. But these guys are intense. You watch them play. They're a team. Like, they're a team. They gel together as a team, but they definitely are more intense. You can hear Zach through the feeds. Like, he is just ready to jump right through it. So
Yeah, Zach definitely does not have a lack of intensity. That's for sure. I love it.
yeah. No, it's a great team to watch. Super close to making playoffs last year. I think there's a chance again. Like, there's always a chance for these guys. So,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna move over to the Mayhem. So only one real change, right? Matt Houston's in, so that was the biggest change with that.
Who's
Otherwise,
Ryan.
Ryan
He's living
moved.
in the States now with
Yeah,
his
he
husband.
moved, yeah.
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 That's right.
So, and I mean, Ryan's a hell of a player. So,
Yep.
but definitely a good pickup around way to make it all way. And yeah, Motor City Mayhem, Nebs.
Yeah.
Would be
They
great to
have
watch.
the ladies MVP from previous season on their team too, Connie Ward.
Yep.
Connie, yep. Yep, Connie's a hell of a player. Moving over to next gen. Obviously, we already talked about this.
Getting
Yeah.
deported.
No,
I like
I honestly though, I'm excited. He probably shows up to 90 Day Fiance or something, but but Ryan's a great player. So
Yeah.
obviously we know we have Brad Ticat, the better Ticat, the one that won Player of the Year.
Yes,
Right?
MVP.
Yeah,
Brad doesn't
he-
get benched to start a game.
No, because he
they
wins
need him.
things.
Because they need him, yeah. You have Jenna, you have the schmuck named Tyler, you have Julie, you have Cody, you have Haley, and then you picked up Jeremy and Madison.
We
Two
sure did.
really solid pickups.
Freight
right?
train. She was so good off the bench again. It was so
Yes.
stupid.
It's dumb.
Honestly,
It's
like
awesome.
it-
it's unbelievable.
I
Yeah.
want to see her play a game.
she will.
Okay.
Eventually.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, she's a hell of a player, right? So
Maddie's technically averaging 330 right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's
you
the
guys,
Open 2.0.
so you obviously you got rid of Evan and
We did not
Rylan
get
and-
rid of anyone.
You did. You asked him not to come back, right? You told Rylan to move to GP. That's basically what happened, right? So
How do you think we get
But-
the next generation? We kick everyone out.
The answer to this is Madison.
Yeah,
Yep,
correct.
for sure it is.
There you go.
We're just trying to find a way to. We have like our virtual coach. We're also going to get virtual bowling.
oh, okay,
You
yeah.
can't virtual bowl.
Do we sure can?
No.
Don't tell me no. I'll do what I want.
Next thing you know, you're going to turn this into a Wii bowling league. Get out of here, Ty.
So next one, we're moving on to the Northern Knockouts down on Hypertension Lanes in Dawson, up north there. Everything is pretty similar. It looks like nothing's
They're
changed on
exactly
that
the
one.
same team. Yep.
Yeah. So they showed up and they honestly.
no. I am
Riley's
sorry. That is Riley is out. That is correct. We
Bi-
gotta
Billy
update that
out,
roster.
But I mean, but everybody else, they hadn't picked up anybody else. So
No.
no, but
And
I tell you what.
they put in so much work into their game all the time, too.
yeah.
Mhm.
All the
I'm very
time.
impressed with like they came out the first week they're a little bit slow and then they very competitive for the rest of the weeks, right? And that's why when we talk about Caribou and we talk about Northern Knockouts, this is what the Pro League is about. It's very impressive. You see people from different parts of the country may not get recognized for how good of players they are, right? So
Mhm.
I'm very excited to have those there. Okay, we're gonna move over to our next newest team, the PI. They're the Pinsanity.
Insanity, yeah.
Super excited to have these guys in from the island there. You have Mary Jo, you have Joni, you have Amy, you have Veronica, you have John, Scott, Justin, and Nicholas with Coach Valerie.
This
So they're
is
gonna-
neat. This is the only team that we have that has equal number of female to male players. And
No.
female... Oh, I guess. Oh, sorry. I forgot you guys aren't loyal. It's changed this year. My bad.
Factually wrong. Continue.
So the only team that's had 4 ladies and 4 men from inception.
Okay.
For Mr. Sensitivity over there.
I'm gonna need something a lot stronger than a White Claw after this.
It's gonna be a punch in the back of the head. Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome having PEI into here. I mean, basically, that's truly every province that has 5-pin bowling You know, Nova Scotia's got like one center left. Do they even have a center left? Yeah, one.
They have one center now, and the New Brunswick has one center. The other center
Yeah.
just opened up again. So,
But that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and
they are playing out of a community Lions club, so not sure what pinfall is going to be like there, and they are hand scoring. So me and Alan Clark have figured out a way to get their scoreboard up on the live feed. So,
Oh man.
so and they're not playing it. They're not playing in Charlottetown, and they're not playing at Murphy's.
no, they're playing in Rustico, which is just a
Rustico.
small community. Yeah.
Well, and I think honestly, it's going to be great. And if there's anybody to get the scores up there and help out Carrie, it'd be Alan, because Alan knows that stuff.
Yeah, he sent me a link, and I think it's going to work out great. There you go.
We're old school. Yeah. Alan's very good at that stuff. So I mean, even though he's not on the roster or anything, he's going to be helping him out immensely on that stuff. So
Are they hand setting as well?
shut up.
They said
Are
old
they-
school,
is-
not as old
is
as
it-
Carrie.
Is it 5 cents a pin?
Oh,
No, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys have a system worked out. I was gonna say if you don't have a system worked out, then maybe talk to Vegreville because
Yeah.
they have like an iPad system thing. That
I tell you
might
what,
work as well. So,
We'll see after the first week how it's going to work.
if PI is an 11-0 by the end of this, they're scoring wrong. So let's put it out.
that's right.
But super happy. Like honestly, we've hit every place except Northwest Territories and Nova Scotia, in New Brunswick. Those are the only places. So like, this is a great league for across Canada, and it's great to have that there.
It's not the counter pin, Henry. Jesus, hand scoring was still after the counter pin.
Well, it's because because of Jonathan.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so we're gonna move.
And actually, I don't know which was because I mean there's still one center that's hand set, but like
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, we're gonna move over to the Pin Slayers from Vancouver Island. I hate to say this, but I think everything's the same except for Nathan, right? If I remember correctly. I know they had a couple. Well, the only reason why I'm having kind of drawing a blank because I know they swapped the person out last year, right? Because one of them moved away. So,
Yeah.
Not just
but-
next gen.
it's not a pandemic for you. But yeah, they have a great team. Obviously, Sean was super solid. Their ladies, Kim, Carol, and Morgan were dynamite last year, right? So
Morgan was unreal last year.
yeah,
And
So-
Carol played really well on the weekend.
yeah, and
Their ladies are so. I mean, the team is really solid.
And
They
people-
have really solid.
Yeah,
ladies.
so they lost Trent and they lost Hank, but they brought Nathan in.
okay. But Don has been bowling competitively for how many years? I remember seeing him at KG. Remember seeing him around Collingwood back in the day. He's been around for a long time, and Don can definitely play as well. So it's a good team to have out there. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna move over to the team that we're still trying to figure out their name half the time, but the Regina Revengers.
No, can we give them a round of applause for keeping a name for a year?
Yeah.
It's
That was
bad for
very good.
BPG, but it's probably good for the franchise.
You know what though? That their skyline of the rolling plains is like phenomenal. I'm glad they put the planes on the back of their shirts there. But
Oh, I thought you were talking about just the top of their logo there.
Yeah. What?
I thought that's what you were referring to.
I really like this logo. I don't know.
I do.
I'm a big purple and orange fan, so I think it looks sharp.
I don't know why is there if it's Revengers, is that like I don't understand the crown thing.
You don't understand the crown?
Well,
Yeah, actually,
Well,
I don't either.
Read a history book.
okay. All right, well,
I don't actually know.
Is it sponsored by Crown Royal?
No, I think it's
Because that's what
Regina
this whole
thing.
logo kind of looks
City.
like.
There it
honestly.
is. Thank you.
Queen City.
And
Okay, there we go. Yeah. So I mean, the team's great. Obviously, the best thing they could have done was get rid of Johnny Mac and to replace him with Brad Mons, right? So,
I mean, Johnny Mac is a great player. Brad Mons is like
unbelievable,
top tier.
The only thing I'd be worried about is their manager. So, she's really on the cutting block for this year. So,
did she get a new shirt with her new name?
If she doesn't have a new shirt, I think that invalidates her to become manager. So.
Good thing she's not on camera.
Yeah. At least you can't see her back, right? When she does interviews. But I tell you what, you have the Masters champion, singles champion. You have Nelson Frank. He's great at everything. He had a hole-in-one. You have Doug Clark. You have 3 or 4 or 5 perfect games. You have Danny Bear, Brian Askin, John Mons, hell of a player, and Crystal Hibner, unbelievable, right? You can't ask for more of a solid team.
There is absolutely no reason why this team should not compete for a title every single year.
This is a shot for Danny, but it's probably because they're playing at Glencairn.
I don't think Adam could play it. I don't think Weber could play there. There's too many flies distracting him around there. So.
Yeah, the murder spree of flies going on.
Adam would be like, it's in my face, but no, it's a. Has a manager ever been fired?
All in good fun.
Yeah, all in good fun. No, Sarah's great. So we're gonna move over to, I think, some of everybody's favorite team, the Rock and Rollers from Newfoundland down Plaza. You have Shane, Brandon, Brad, Brandon, Mitch, Courtney, and Katie, and their team has not changed. It's exactly the same.
See, and this is definitely one of the teams where I'm like, okay, Shane being the player manager is perfect because Shane will be like, oh, I'm dog shit, I'm out, or B, you're dog shit, get out. He has Shane no problem saying it. So he's I think he's like the perfect player manager, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Shane's cut and dry, right? So there's nothing nothing in the way there. Surprise, and the one thing I will say is I know some teams only have 7. So this is kind of funny though. Anyway,
what just happened?
I'm just noticing something.
Did you just hard reboot? What was that?
No. Well, we're gonna go through all the teams. I already know we're missing one. So, and it's ironic is the one that we're missing, but
really?
There is average pros, but but anyways, they only have 7. We only have who cares? We only have 7, but the 8th bowler. They have so many good players out there. Obviously, there's a reason why they're only keeping 7, right? But
Cindy, where do you think I've been for the last 35 years?
Now we're gonna move on.
Welcome to my life, Cindy.
So now we're gonna move over to St. James Snowmen. Now again, a rebrand. So half the team went to the Avalanche. So
it's not a rebrand; it's just a new roster.
Well, it's a new roster. Yeah, and again.
Similar roster, but
they're rebranding their roster, Tyler. So you have Brandon Mansell's brand new. You have Tyson Nelson. You have Kyle Young, and you have Karen Armstrong with Jesse Lee. So those are 5 new players, right? And I think they're going to be a great team as well. Brandon, Tyson, Kyle, Karen Armstrong, Jesse. You can find another 5 great players to add to that one.
So many amazing players in Winnipeg. So
again, at St. James as well. So obviously, want to thank all our centers for doing that. But I know St. James really promotes a lot of this stuff here. So
good job.
That'd be great. Yeah, Kyle, it's interesting though. Tyson's playing with his daddy Kyle. So really, really interesting how that's going to work out. But
his daddy was Stu in BC.
Okay. Wow. Okay, that's a great inside joke. I can't explain on here.
Frick.
But anyways, yes. We're gonna move over to Toppler. Also from them. So there has been 2 changes. Looks like the Holdsworths are out, and they've added in Christine Potsa and Derek Holm. So those are two big changes. Obviously, both Holdsworths can play really well, but I think they did adding Derek and how hot he is right now with Christine. I think that's definitely two good adds.
Totally.
Yeah. So and again, back down in Toppler there.
Are they still on lane 7 or 6? What lane are they on?
6.
Lane 6.
6, I think. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see what everybody else plays, right? I mean, there's only one team that changed up their lanes last year. And we're gonna move over to the next one, Venom, down in Fraser Valley, sponsored by Ronald McDougall. But there has been some changes there as well. Aaron King's in, Matthew Harms is in, and Dakota Heth is in, and Daryl Easton. I think Daryl was an emergency sub last year, right?
Yeah, he was on the team roster initially, and then wasn't. Yeah.
Still, I mean, you lose Nick and Victoria DaCosta, and I can't think of the other one, but definitely picked up some real strong players. Matthew Harms is just ho hum and just throws a bunch of strikes, and at the end he's always there. So,
Marcus,
I think
Marcus is off that team.
Marcus is off the team.
Yeah.
Maybe something to do with work or something like that. So, but again,
being a dad.
Yeah, another strong time there. We also have the Dakota Dynamite. So a couple of changes here as well. They added a second lady on the team, so Andrea Albles is in now, and then they added Max Gibson.
Andrea Alaka.
Not
Albles.
Well, that's her maiden name. And no Shanice. And no Jeff Bourne. And no Jeff Bourne. So, two legends out, and then they brought two people in. And I, looking at the team last year, obviously they all can really play. Aaron's joining this team too. Aaron wasn't there last year either. Randy can play, obviously. Tyler really impressed me, and he's a really solid player. Obviously, Chad can play. Jana's good, so I think that's another good team one there. And then finally, we have the average pros. We didn't forget about you. Big changes. Obviously, Brittany Lacusta is not on the team, and Charles Hahn's not on, and they replaced him with Brandon. And they chose not to go with 8 because they want to make sure everybody has a chance to play.
Yeah, Brandon came from the Misfits.
Yeah. So yeah, they're all ready to go. Again, they practiced and practiced and practiced. So yeah, don't think they're going to get much better, but they're there. So
they are going to be better. I have faith in them.
Yep.
Jordan's good. I think Scott's good.
Great. Henry is working so hard.
Yeah, you have to say that because you bowl with him on Thursdays, but
Mark
I don't have
on
to.
Sunday a couple weeks ago. Took down Tyler and then me.
He did. And he beat Brad this week.
It's funny because I hope there's no deuces.
No, deuces are fine. The gutters. The gutters are different.
Yeah, and so you're going to see the two ladies more prominent playing, I believe, too. So that'll be good there. Oh, Jesus Christ, Mike. Yeah, you can eat shit. And then we have the Misfits. Then we have Curtis, Ron, Derek, Jamie, Kaylee, Michelle, Brandon, and they swapped out Brandon for Matt with Coach Barry. So obviously you see Matt's a huge addition to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
bit of credit to Barry. He bowled their Masters last weekend while coaching.
Oh man, I was just watching the guy like pouring sweat because he's literally sprinting from like 40 to.
Yeah, we were not close
7.
by. I think they played on like 7, and like Masters was down probably like 30 to 46 or something like that. It was not nearby.
Yeah, he was He was getting his steps in, that's for sure.
They're taking Uber from one end of the bowling alley to the other.
Aren't you right, eh? Aren't you right? I'm not good enough. I'm not a gold medalist, so I can't coach. But you know what, the way I play right now, I'm also coach.
Yeah, Mr. 233.
It's better than me.
Yeah. All right, so those are the teams. All 24 of them. MVP predictions.
Oh my god, I can't even remember half the bowlers from 3 hours ago when we started this podcast.
You're so dramatic.
I am. Deal with it.
Strong favorite's got to be Mr. Schultz.
Yeah.
He's already
Especially in that
averaging
center.
well over 300 with 2 points.
Yeah.
In that center too, right? I'll be honest, Matt and Danny practice once or twice a week, plus they're bowling.
Yeah.
So they're putting the time in. So
I can
there's
see
no
Brad
doubt.
Mones for the men's side.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Carrie did mention that Glenn Karen might be a hindrance to that, right? So
I don't think.
That was
Brad.
meant as a joke, Tim, because
okay. I thought you had insider information. My bad.
No.
Okay.
I probably not coming out a short bowl this year. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Just fucking with
No.
it.
No,
Connie
Crush is fun.
Ward has obviously got to be a strong candidate for.
I
the
think
ladies'
Linda
league.
is too on that team. Like I think either one of them.
what about Maddie if she actually gets a start?
Yeah, like how many frames does it take to count for the Pro League MVP? Like if she plays like 9 frames all year but averages like 380, does she get an MVP vote?
Well, she's already at 6, so she only needs 3 more frames.
Yeah.
Fig-
I don't know. I'm kind of want to pick a dark horse, like people that you guys aren't thinking about.
Morgan Thiedem.
There you
Morgan,
go.
I think like Jana
Yeah.
Van Wellem. I think you're gonna see that team play better this year, right? I think somebody like that, like Jana, can come out and play.
I think Katie Wells will have a
Oh,
high
yeah.
win percentage. I don't know how like pinfall and like we already saw that like rock and rollers was playing beside like Neon, so obviously there's like some conflict there with their scheduling. So I don't know if their scores will be super high, but I bet you she comes out with like a high win percentage.
Yeah. Super impressed with Karine this past weekend.
Mhm.
She played very well for Quebec there as well.
23 frames at 251.
Yeah, she played pretty good there. I was pretty impressed with her.
Lisa McAlpine, 313. One
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, her ball's gonna work there. It's gonna work there.
Yeah.
She can
Obviously,
play.
somebody like Coralie played well last year. Who knows? Maybe you might see somebody come out of nowhere like Brooke Roulet, right? She was a rookie of the
These
year.
are
at Open.
such shot in the darks. It's only 11 games max, right? Like anybody can come out and win MVP. It's just
Yeah,
early predictions, but
Yeah.
exactly.
So anybody. So Brad isn't anybody, eh? Okay.
yeah, anybody
Pretty
can.
much.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems right.
Like Henry Schutz could win.
Yeah, over my dead body.
Oh no, he's playing in short bowl. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just like seeing Tim's face go stoned every time.
No, Dexter gets upset. I
Dexter
think it's
gets the
funny.
sarcasm.
Oh, I'm not upset. If we have anyone to blame, it's not us. But we're not gonna throw them under the bus.
Oh, I want to.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I think that's a good start there. I think MVP. Yeah. What team are you guys all predicting? Like, you can't predict your own team, obviously, to win.
There
To
is
win
2
the-
teams on this podcast.
Yeah.
to win the league totally. Like,
Yeah, like legit.
Not like
like,
you don't want to. Okay, let's do that.
How about you pick the other person's? For us, we have to
No,
pick the other
no.
division.
Well, just pick a team, Tim. That's not yours.
Okay.
I'm gonna go like, and this is gonna go to their heads. Revengers. Like that team is disgusting. That team is disgusting.
Come on,
Yeah.
Glenn Karen.
I want to say next gen,
Ah,
but
no, we'll be second again.
well if you're lucky. But I mean,
We'll be second, and then we'll
Who
lose
you
3
picking,
team
Tim?
players. And
Next gen.
they're a good team, and you're playing in a house that scores well, right? So it kind of goes both ways.
Darcy, it's a Wednesday night. You don't have to be drunk on a Wednesday night.
I'm gonna go with the Mayhem.
All right, yeah, it's a good pick. It's a very good pick. Come on, Ty. We're all waiting for you now.
I'm really split. I have 2, and I
Just say both if you want.
No. Pick one. Be a man. We all
Okay.
did it. Pick one.
don't I get extra rights or something though? I'm gonna say it's not an Edmonton team, and I think it's gonna be the Avalanche.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. I think, again, like a bunch of young players that are super strong. And I think a lot of young players that won't be bothered by the fact that they're not bowling beside anyone.
I think
Sure.
also an advantage too to having the younger players on there is that they've grown up in the being filmed era of bowling. Like it really only started 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, there's been live streams at every event that they've played in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nationals,
They've been-
cash tournaments.
They grew up in it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got 2 more. Which team is going to be the most surprising team?
Caribou.
Good or bad?
Yeah, Quebec already.
No. Because
Again.
Time out. We're going to be the most disappointing the next one.
Okay, so the
Wait,
team.
just a second. Let's address this. Barker thinks Cargill is the weaker division. Get wrecked.
Oh,
Well, the
time
fact
out.
that they're now 2 for 2 for league championship says something.
And,
Just 'cause you-
and I
No.
time
I'm
out.
not
No,
gonna say it.
you're. I will say.
Or is he saying because I picked Mayhem, Mayhem's in a weaker division now due to team restructuring? I don't understand this. Steve.
No,
please,
no,
please clarify.
I will say
so
Daryl chose to be in Cargill because he wanted to move over. Wonder why? All right, just saying.
Okay, so to get to the question, I'm going to go with what they're saying in the chat right now, too. I think Caribou is a team
100%.
that is going to absolutely surprise people.
100%.
I'm going to show you guys how to actually spell caribou because it's caribou country, not caribou in the animal.
Is it spelled like that?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Get it right. Get it right. Yeah, I think, especially after their first week, like, without a doubt, they've shown already.
Yeah.
So are you guys? Are we each picking one, or are we just agreeing
Yeah.
on one?
Each pick one.
I mean, you can pick your
Okay.
own. You're going to be wrong, but you can pick your own.
Well, I'm going to pick. Well, I'm going to pick the Avalanche and make myself look good, but I want to say the Trash Pandas are going to be better this year.
Not a bad pick. Yeah.
This is their first year, Tim.
No, they're rebranding. They're merged.
No, it's
They were
completely a whole new franchise.
Well, it's the Mad Hatter split and then built back together.
Yeah, it's Mad Hatter split, then made the Bandits, then
If there's
split
a
that
team-
one and came back to Bandits.
Yeah, if there's a team that's like the most chaotic form of a franchise so far, it's definitely those ones.
reality TV. Reality. No, you're the worst. But okay. Hi.
You want
What?
You want to
where's your
pick?
team?
I said Caribou.
to? Yeah, he did.
No, who did? Well, Destry picked then.
I picked Caribou first.
I
so
picked-
Tyler.
No, I did. I was the first one to pick.
Yeah, so Tyler got to pick another team. Get on it, bitch.
Oh, get wrecked. No, I picked the Caribou. This is dumb.
It's fine. Move on.
Wow.
I stand by my decision.
Dynamite.
Okay.
I think
I'm-
Dynamite make a big run.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
I think they'll be surprising. I know they revamped their team a little bit, I heard some insight that they improved their pinfall.
Oh.
I
Did
heard
they go
they're
back to free fall?
17-inch bases now.
Oh,
Doesn't make that big of a difference. You can't win championships on those, so
that's true.
Gets you there though. You just need to get through that. Slide right through it.
slide right through it.
Okay.
What was
Okay,
your
most-
next question?
Most disappointing team you think this year?
Like, just don't meet the expectations that everybody else has for them.
Yeah.
Who
You were
posted?
way
Was that
too
Carrie?
too fast with the click.
Carrie. All right.
Yeah.
Who did Kerry pick?
I picked the Lumberjacks because I was pumping their tires again. It came out 0-2 right off the bat.
Oh man.
So
I
Misfits would be
just
the most.
honestly, All right. Just because I want to see him fucking react. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. But that's who I'm going with just because I love you, Robert. I just want to see you react.
I already know my team will be. I'm pulling up right here. Where the hell is it? Right here.
Yeah,
They're
you
not
were going
gonna,
there.
they're not going to win. I'm telling you right now, they're not.
Does that
gonna
mean
win.
they're disappointing?
Yeah,
just
because
'cause
they don't repeat. That's a disappointment.
Like the Dream
Right, they're-
Crushers were last season.
Yeah, we were
Yes,
disappointing.
we're just.
Yeah.
You guys are not going to win another championship, and we'll say
That's
this year.
bold.
This year.
This year.
And
There you
and,
go.
And I'll be completely honest with you. The schedule set, Daryl can find his playoff dates, so we're going to be good with that. So
Jesus. That had nothing to do with it. Our whole team was there and they beat us.
All right, Ty.
I'm gonna say Dream Crushers. I think your lack of a manager is going to be your downfall.
Oh, but we have 7 people that could be managers.
The
That
thing-
are all
the thing-
professionals.
Ty, the thing is, we've already talked about this internally, and we have people that will take care of this issue.
It's gonna be fine.
You're also playing at Shirt Bowl, so good luck.
you're playing at Sure Bowl too.
Only 1 week.
Hopefully, it's a big week.
Oh shit! When I was joking about that, I meant
No, they're
last
playing-
year when you messaged me at like freaking 8:30 in the
No.
morning.
Oh, yeah.
asking if. But you're actually playing the Sherwood this year.
We do have 1 week where we just originally we thought the day was
Go to
okay.
St. Albert.
I thought about it. I love St. Albert. I averaged 290 there at the Open.
Oh, St. Albert's fine, but
Once again, Team Next Gen is just Tyler. I'll play on my own at St. Albert.
holy cow! And that's how you build team camaraderie and make people move.
Yeah. We're going to go play in Leduc actually that week. We're going to, help Haley out and drive south.
Yeah, you don't want. Yeah. You go have fun there. It's a wonderful place to play.
We are very thankful to the Wiseman family for accommodating us and helping us achieve our dreams. This match is approved by Team Next Gen.
There we go.
Dexter wasn't approached with this. He did not know. He does not condone you playing in their center.
I had no idea, but I did fix their problem last year, so obviously I must be semi okay with it.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. Yeah. I was surprised, Jonathan. Honestly, I wasn't replaced, but I'm still
Only because we're team loyal.
That's right. We'll live and die.
They're just dragging your dead body along, Tim.
Well, I'm not
Well,
gonna
we
lie.
don't even we don't even know if Weber can play. So really, we might
Whoa!
be dragging
Don't
a
let
dead
people
body.
know our weaknesses.
Weber's gonna play. He's gonna be fine. He's been throwing balls on Sunday. I just don't think. I think he can do a couple games. I don't think he can. I don't know if he's ready to play a ton of games in the autumn.
Yeah,
I
8
guess-
is out of the question.
But a few games, I don't think it'd be an issue. Yeah. I'm interested how our team will go. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's just unfortunate Danny couldn't be there. I mean, we talked about it, and
Like I said, I don't think you guys are going to perform poorly. I just think compared to previous results.
We'll see. Do we?
Ty,
You want to make a bet?
give me more of an explanation, please.
No, I just.
Well, you
want-
guys were 1, and then you made league divisional finals,
Yeah.
which is good, and I think you'll have a strong performance. I think you'll make playoffs, but
Yeah.
I don't think you will meet the expectations, which is what the question was.
What do you think our crux is? Oh
what
yeah,
do you
having
think
no
our
manager.
no
expectations-
manager, no manager.
What is the expectations of the Dream Crushers?
To win.
Okay, perfect.
Let's keep drilling. Keep
Well,
drilling.
that's good. So thank you for
I have
you know,
answers. I have answers all day
pumping
long.
our tires and telling the world that we are the team to beat.
I didn't say that. I said
just
your
did.
expectations are your
said the
expectations are to
But
win.
that wasn't the question. The question is who's not going to meet your expectations, Ty?
My expectations is that you should win. You won't, but you should.
See, now it just sounds like you're arguing with yourself.
No.
If you can't tell me that we should win, but we won't. That,
Well, no,
Actually,
you
look-
should. Look at the stats. Look at the previous history. You should win.
You know, Mike,
That's
give
a-
me back my fucking bowling balls. Those
I
soft
can't-
rolls are expected to be left at the counter.
Monday.
Apparently, some people were told our logo is the worst logo out of all of them now.
I don't know. Next Gens is pretty bad too. I'm gonna be
But you guys
honest with
were-
that.
You guys
it's
got-
old
you guys
school.
got-
It's old
You guys
school.
got new shirts.
You can't
We
go
did get
old
new
school
shirts,
with
and the
next
new shirts
gen.
are real good.
They
Those
are-
but
shirts,
with-
those shirts are slick. I really like those new shirts.
Yeah. The Dream Crushers. Yeah. I mean,
You don't mess with perfection. That's what I
no.
look at.
No, you know, honestly, we were probably the first logo they made. Right?
Yeah,
And then-
probably, yeah.
Yeah, and so it just kind of it is what it is, and we're happy
Yeah,
with it.
You got it.
You
You,
can-
can't
you-
tell
you-
me that he made. You can't tell me he made the Dream Crushers before he made the Bombers. Absolutely no chance. We are probably second.
And you know what? To be honest with you, you can tell because we had no ladies on the team at the moment. You can tell all the guys made that shirt,
The original shirt, yes.
the original shirt. Yeah, you can tell it was a guys only shirt. But you know what? It was a championship shirt. So
That's right.
I mean,
Maybe you
can't-
should have wore it more last year then.
You didn't need to.
No, it didn't win.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was the one we
Yeah,
lost. to
the
Regina.
only game we lost was wearing that shirt.
Yeah.
Except
Well,
our
the
last
only
playoff game.
only game in regular season that yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll come up with excuses. Don't worry about us, Ty. Yeah. What
We
else should
have-
we talk about?
Well, do we have who's playing this weekend?
there games
I
this week?
could
Oh,
pull
yeah.
that up pretty quick. Yep.
I was like, there's no games this weekend. It's Autumn Open. That's next weekend.
They're gonna be out after this week. We got 2 weeks off. 2 weeks off.
Yeah, because Alberta's having our Masters, and everything revolves around Alberta.
Well, when we have a majority of the teams.
And we're running it. So yeah, so we got Cargill. Carnage versus Bombers, Bombers versus Eclipse, Eclipse versus Carnage. See that's how the original schedule was formed, okay? So I will say that. And then we have the Holy Rollers versus the Caribou again. So two teams only playing one game. And then we got the Holy Rollers versus Venom. Another 2 teams only playing one game. And then we got this is bad. We got the Pandas versus the Lumberjacks, and then we got the Caribou. Actually, Caribou's playing 2 games versus the Trash Pandas.
So Eclipse are also going to have 4 of their 11 games done in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's not just Quebec.
Not just Quebec, but they
They're
will
spread
have
all
over
over
half
more.
their season.
Can we answer this one? I like this question.
Dream Crushers, John. Dream Crushers.
I think you're just going to take your whole team. You're not going to sub out Tim. This is your one chance to not be hashtag Team Loyal.
I think about that.
Well, I think you have to start with your MVPs, Connie and Brad.
Yeah, that's probably solid choices. And then MVPs from the first season
Parker and Tracy.
and Tracy.
Also good choices. And like 4 players that I think would get along on a team very well.
Yeah, that's obviously 4 MVPs. That's a pretty good start.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Brad Bones.
Yeah, Brad would be one.
Well,
he hasn't played
you
it
know what?
before.
He hasn't proved himself in the 5PL yet. Like, let's not jump on the bandwagon here.
I will.
Brad's got some.
I think obviously I got to throw Tyler in there. Tyler's solid. Weber's solid.
There's 3
Ty
Tylers in the league.
doesn't even make a starting lineup. Like,
Yeah. But I think I'm averaging 300 with my 2 frames.
Yeah, you were actually. It was pretty high.
But I think they throw Weber in there. Weber's always been pretty solid for us. Vic was really good the first season. He was average last season, right?
Ty, you're averaging 325 for 2 frames. Well done.
How is that even possible?
I went
I have no idea.
strike, spare, strike.
I don't know. I'll check it.
Yep, that is literally 300 on the nose.
I'm not great at math, but I can do that.
That was pretty easy math.
I think you have to take.
Goes into a spreadsheet, man.
I would take Katie Wells too. Like I think she just wins matches.
Nobody says
Nobody?
anything.
Okay.
I'm just here. I don't know what's going on right now.
Oh,
So.
we are
Oh, you're
answering
supposed to pick your dream team.
any players, any team.
Oh.
So we started with Brad, Connie, Tracy, and Parker, the 4 MVPs that we've had.
Okay. So, like, I'm just adding to your guys' team?
Sure.
Is that what we're
Sure, why
doing?
not? Sure.
Colton Uswa.
Good pick. Good pick.
He's been playing really, really well, and I think he'd
Yeah.
be great on a team. So good on a team.
I
Just
agree.
good energy.
Rylan Willier.
Brown's played very well.
If the past tells us anything.
How many does that put us at? Like 12 people on the roster?
Well, we put Tyler on it, so
You don't need to put me on it. I can't make
Tim
starting
did.
lineup. We talked about
Tim
this.
Shane Chafe, just so that he might become a fan of IPL.
And that's the
and Fighting
team.
Universe.
There you go. So Brad Tickett, Connie Ward, Parker Anderson, Tracy Smith, Colton Uswell, Rylan Willier, Tyler Tickett, and Shane Chafe. There's your dream team
Way too
by
many
the
men on that team.
podcast crew. Yeah, only 2 ladies. Selfish.
I put Katie Wells on that team.
Oh,
take
yeah,
me
you
out.
did. That was before Shane Chafe.
Uh,
Sorry, Shane, you're gone.
See ya! Your audio
wanna-
has magically been deleted.
He's still bitter about that.
How many years is that now? 5?
I wonder, like, all our new audience, if they've ever heard the story. So we had Shane Chafe on one of our very early podcasts before we live streamed.
I think it was like number 5.
Yeah.
No. It was January of 2020. I can tell you what day it was. It was. I can tell you
Okay,
this
so it
right
would
now.
be
about
like
it?
10.
No, because I was
Because we
flying out the
started the
next day
week
to
before
Ottawa.
TPC. So that's got to be like 8 weeks. It's got to be like 9 weeks in. 9 or 10.
It was January the 15th of 2020.
Anyways, we recorded and the audio got corrupted, and Shane told us he was never coming back on.
In all fairness, this is back when we were doing podcasts initially. It wasn't starting at 7 o'clock at night. We were starting at 9 p.m. Mountain Time.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Who came up with that idea, Carrie? Yeah, 9 p.m. So Shane is starting at 12:30 a.m. his time, and then
You
we
get a nap
talked for an
watching the
hour,
Lakers
hour and a
game, yeah.
half, and it was just gone. So honestly, I don't blame him, and he seems like a spiteful guy.
Oh yeah, he's never coming back on.
You know what though? The thing about Shane is we actually ended up with a better guest in Brad. Right? Brad came on. Brad Glynn came on, and he's been, podcast friend ever since. Yeah,
Friend of the show.
friend of the show. It sounds
But
like,
you know what? Every
yeah, right.
organization, every person, you need to have an arch nemesis. Nemesis.
Okay, Tim Wiseman.
Oh, that was the worst thing you could have possibly said to me, Ty. Well, yes, everybody needs a nemesis.
There you go.
Nemesis.
And for us, it's going to be Shane. Bet you he goes on Pin Pals.
Oh,
He would
we
do
love
it
the
as
Pin Pal podcast. I hope you do get him on. And I hope he ruins the show.
He will.
It was
He
tough.
will.
It was really. It was one of the first times we started videoing, and Carrie had to expand the screen to get Shane's head in there. So it just had to expand it. So
Okay. I think that's good, right? Good podcast.
Yeah, we pretty much spent the entire time just shit talking people. So yeah, it's probably time to end it.
Yeah. Before
We talked about what we needed to talk about.
We're gonna
but
be
that's it.
everybody's nemesis.
Oh, no, it's still broken.
I
Dexter
did it
lives
on
in an
purpose.
anemone.
I did it on purpose. Get out of here.
Get us off this podcast, please.
Yeah, for sure. Next week will be Autumn Open preview.
Preparation.
and then it'll be Autumn Open champion,
Follow-up.
and then it'll be
Ladies.
Masters.
ladies, and then we
ladies.
actually have a guest already booked for the following one.
Wow, we are so prepared.
Sorry,
Just rocking it.
We're so prepared.
actually, I'm excited for the guest. I think it'd be a good talk.
That'll be a good one.
Steve, I thought I could sway you. Did they actually give you swag? Because you have a game used Dream Crusher's hat.
Does he?
He does.
That's like
How'd you
depreciative value after last year. Like negative $6.
Ugh. All right, we're ending this podcast.
Bye.
Watch at 5 p.m. on Sunday morning. Talk to you guys later.